is worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all read the title, man. It's based on the lawyer saying that a will is not stable enough to save young Dolph's estate. So the will is not strong enough to save young Dolph's estate. And the reason why, the people have to understand something, how it's different levels of obtaining control of your assets. And actually, a lot of people at the top, let me tell y'all something, man, they do not believe in wills like that. A will is not their number one priority. Let me say that, especially when it's dealing with, they have a lot of assets, they have a lot of valuable assets that's being passed to the family upon their untimely demise. That's the reason why they create a trust. And I'll let you guys know between the difference of a will and a trust, and the reason why the lawyers even know that a will cannot save young Dolph's estate. And the reason being is based on the trust, right? A trust can save young Dolph's estate. A trust does have all the privileges of not letting outside parties into your personal affairs, into your family business, into your family affairs. Let me give y'all 4 primary elements of a trust. All right, so y'all can understand how a trust is greater than a will. And again, this is based on the trust having more power of a will, because a trust keeps outside entities, i.e. government, out of your business, while a will, it initially invites government services into your business, and they charge, right? So again, the 4 primary elements of a trust: trust maker equal grantor / settler. A trust manager equals trustee, and there's multiple layers of trusteeship. Number 3 is beneficiaries, and that's those who benefit from the trust. And 4 is corpus, assets inside trust. So again, the corpus protects your assets that's inside the trust. Again, when I was talking about basically the overall sum of young Dolph's estate that we still don't know, because it's a lot of things and that's still adding up, that hasn't went into the quarterly periods to get added up. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the trust, the corpus, it protects. So again, his cars, his properties, things that he literally have in his LLC name that he had ownership of. If he has a trust, the government has limited access. I mean, very limited access. If he has a will, the government will, what happens is, you will have, based on power of attorney, you will have more say-so than an attorney. Basically, it'll be like a 51-50 split. If the government gets in place, you'll basically have a 51-50 split. I mean a 51-49 split, meaning that you will take majority, but the government, they have that's 49% of what you have. So again, this is breaking down the aspects of how people have to understand how estates work and estate planning work. And I let you guys know in the last video that young Dolph is a very smart man. He always talked about estate planning, so I'm pretty sure he was very familiar and knew the difference of a will and a trust. All right. Now, with that being said, we also have, I can, basically giving you guys a summary of the difference on the trust and the will. And again, this is not only beneficial to people who are rich, they just have they just more keen to this type of information because they know it benefits their family upon their untimely demise and then upon before their untimely demise. And let me let y'all know how. So again, I'm gonna go back to explaining the summary of a will. So what they call up there in the, like I said, up the ladder, they actually call the will a death trust. They call the will a death trust. It's a testamentary trust, right? It does not exist during your life. It doesn't transition control of assets in the event of disability, meaning that it does not automatically take the pursuit of knowing, like, once you get to filing your documents of updating your documents as far as when it comes to medical and things of that nature, your trust will acknowledge that, and they will automatically act in the best interest of your property, your ownership, and the things that you have while you're living before your untimely demise. So again, a will doesn't transition control of assets in the event of disability or an untimely demise. A will also requires a probate. A probate means court proceedings. Again, a trust does not require court proceedings. They just go off the documentation that this person who created the trust presented in black and white print. It don't have to go through again, that's why you have the power. The trust automatically has basically a power of attorney. And again, that power of attorney legitimizes these documents. So won't be no miswordage. It won't be nothing left out that the person didn't want left out. You know what I'm saying? Like things like what I'm saying is even the lawyers have to be overseen. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is dealing with the trust. A trust is able to ensure all of these things happen. You know what I'm saying? So again, now I can explain to you guys a trust, and they call trust a living trust, right? Because these things you can create while you're still living. Okay, a trust exists during your life. It shifts control of affairs in the easiest way possible upon disability or death. A trust avoids probate, if properly funded. It avoids probate. Which means that it avoids court proceedings. And again, when the courts get in on your estate and what you had ownership of, that ownership that you had, that percentage starts to trickle. The more the family does not get up on these documents and signing them up on time, your assets that you have will slowly start to depreciate under your assets. Now, this is the thing, it would depreciate because somebody else will buy it, and it would appreciate based on somebody else owning it who has it under their trust. Because again, reason why I'm saying that, because you're not here anymore. So all the jewelry, all the things you obtain, they basically go to y'all know what I'm about to think of, like the places that they sell, cars like for cheap real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like the quick car lots, like auctions, right? So we all know when auctions happen that your property is being sold for a lesser value. Again, based on, it could be down this auction. It could be because reason why I'm saying that, because the auction can start lowest and it can raise based on who feels it's of more value than what the auction person presented from the beginning. Say example, young Dolph had a chain. The chain cost $75,000. They'll start the auction at 15,000, 20,000, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But again, based on if a person sees that young Dolph was of value, they will price it up. It's similar what goes to like Michael Jordan basketball shoes, jerseys. Like, they made for whatever overseas, then they brought over here. But then when they go into auction based on his last game or first game or rookie game, whatever that person sees, like it's up here, say, I see it as a million. Somebody will say like 120,000, and just to flatten or just to get it over with, the person will say, hey, I got $250,000 for it. And they'll go to him until somebody else sees a higher value for it. You see what I'm saying, y'all? So again, based on the auction will automatically depreciate the value of what you have control of. Because again, it's called an auction because basically you're selling your goods for a price that you see is like a quick wholesale price. And you letting the people know. So again, I'm basically breaking you guys down between a will and a trust, and again how it can benefit, how a trust can benefit young Dolph estate, especially if he had documents that were signed off to people off in his family as far as children. We know he had a lot of stuff named in his children's name, which is always to the good. But at the same time, things that are passed through his to his children, it should still be protected under a trust that he created. And again, you guys could look it up. It's two different forms of trust. You have revocable trust and you have irrevocable trust. You know what I'm saying? So again, you guys look into those type of things because it ain't only benefiting the rich. It gives you guys an understanding of how these things work upon someone's untimely demise. And the reason why I'm bringing that is because, trust me, it ain't hit the fan yet, but pretty soon, once these names start coming out, y'all gonna start seeing a lot of property like come up, like foreclosures for sales, like everywhere. Because a lot of people who are attached to it, they don't want to be attached to it no more because it end up coming with too much other stuff that's basically attached to this case. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope you guys, picked up enough information on what I was teaching you. And I'll be back at y'all with another. This is Chief Gamma. Y'all, let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. All right.